Still not feeling good, but I definitely want to talk about this. So this is definitely not financial advice. I just want to put that out there. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just some retard that is in the working class, and I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground. So anyway, enough about me. Seeing everything that we're seeing with Bitcoin. So here's some news. Obviously, we know about the countries that are going to be investing into Bitcoin, and you're going to see more of it. Russia's talking about it. Brazil, other countries as well. They're obviously going to try to get in. So there's reports that states are thinking about reserving Bitcoin as well. There's like 3 states. I think Florida was one of them. And then there's a vote that happened in Vancouver, and they're going to custody Bitcoin as well. So like when I make a outlandish statement saying that Bitcoin could be worth 5, 10 million, even a couple million, next year at some point. I'm not saying it's going to sustain that. What I'm saying is it could shoot up that quick. It could shoot up very quickly due to demand. Having all of these people FOMO in, the people that can either create money or have access to money will be able to will be FOMOing in on Bitcoin all at the same time, and I think it's starting now. Trump just opened the stock market. He rang the bell today, and that is historic because the last president to do that was Reagan. So, and there's some type of affiliate that Trump's associated with. It seems like a kind of like BlackRock-ish type of organization for crypto. I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. It's just something that I seen pop up on my news feed. They just invested a ton into Ethereum. They invested into Chainlink, and AAVA. I don't know how to pronounce it. And also they put a ton into USDC, and that's basically the stable coin of America. Now I was thinking about doing that myself, and I'm like, why would I do that right now when I can either, like myself, I'm like, okay, I'm at a crossroads for myself, my own financial, like, okay, should I sell my crypto right now and just eliminate all of my debt, all of it? Well, I could do that, and miss out on a huge wealth transfer. Like, we possibly might be going through a huge wealth transformation, but in reverse. And I would like to be a part of that. I think it would be historic. And maybe it won't come, and I just hold. Maybe it goes to zero, and I lost everything. But I'm thinking that, from my perspective, seeing everything, how everything's lining up, when it comes to like thinking about Social Security for my future, how it's not going to be there, and I'm having to pay into it right now, and yeah, I post some stuff about Social Security. It's basically just very crude stuff about Social Security, about how it's welfare, and I want boomers to understand what the hell they're leaving their children, and they just don't give a fuck. I've been paying into this for 50 years, and they don't give a shit. that their kids ain't gonna get, or kids are fucked, and the system is gonna collapse on them anyway. And then like looking at the 401k, never really fucking invested in it. Even if I did, the diminishing dollar, and I'd have to be on top of things constantly, where if I wanted like a higher return on my 401k, so I want to invest in higher risk stocks, which right now it's kind of like, I mean, I know which ones are pretty solid. If I was to be an investor, and I'm not giving any advice, like I said, I would be looking at obviously Alphabet, considering their supercomputer. I would be looking at Tesla, and I would be if I had any money in Microsoft, I would take everything out of Microsoft. I think they're gonna go like Blockbuster. They're really incompetent. I don't see much innovation. They don't have any unless they come out with some type of supercomputer. I don't see much innovation there, and they're pretty stagnant. And I just think they're gonna end up like Blockbuster. So I'm not really confident in Microsoft's future. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm wrong about a lot of things. So that's where I come across of like highly optimistic about Bitcoin's future next year, about it like completely I'm not saying it's going to happen. It could very well just be like how the experts are predicting. They're bull what they're predicting is a bull market of $400,000 for Bitcoin next year. And I or 200,000, and I look at both of those as very bearish. I see a lot of different factors that could well, you need the FOMO though. If the FOMO don't happen from the wealth, and they don't, participate, if countries don't participate, if it's all BS, all this news coming out of like these different, I just like, all these cities are going to start competing with each other, all these different countries, possibly counties, states, to try to get in Bitcoin. I just see a big demand, and that's why I say like the FOMO, big demand. It could possibly be 5 million at some point, and like I said, it's not going to sustain that. But yeah, like if hypothetically, I don't know, a lot of people who are just getting in right now aren't going to benefit from the extreme wealth transfer. Those are going to be the people who have been invested with and who have been holding on to crypto for all this time. For instance, like I started getting into crypto, like thinking about it, never really got into it like I am into it now, but it was on my mind. I was like, oh, look at what is XRP? Is that going to be the next, currency for us for the future? The digital currency, is that going to be it? And if I would have invested instead of going to stocks and having my attention in learning to do that and doing that, and just learning about crypto, and just like, I'm just going to invest in this, yeah, I would be way more. I would already, like right now, I would already be profiting gigantically from this bull run we already currently are going through. Because I've been there early. Like, Bitcoin could be worth $12 million in 20 years. That's what Michael Saylor is saying, and it could be even higher. And the people who have gotten in early, who have held their position or a position in some type of crypto that is healthy, like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the rest, I don't know. It's all speculation, and so is the assets I'm talking about, speculative. There could be a technology that comes out tomorrow and just replaces crypto, something far, far better. Who knows? It could be another Bitcoin, some type of Bitcoin that's being created that comes out, and who knows? Some type of technology that just surpasses blockchain technology or what have you. But as far as I know, it hasn't shown itself. But I'm really kind of sad for people too, because like the people at my level who didn't get into crypto before, which like the bull run before or whatever, 2020, 2019, whenever it started, and they're trying to get into it now, like they're not going to be able to get anything, man. I kind of feel bad for them, man. They can't, because like they're spending all their money just to survive. Seriously. Like they don't have assets to invest, man. So I feel, that's why I'm like making this stuff, and I'm like, dude, there's potential, man. There's potential. Like if you can put $100 in, man, put $100. It's like if you can afford, you got to start somewhere, okay? So it's just like, okay, then put in $5, man. You can't afford $5. Put in $10, put in $20. Sacrifice something so you can go ahead and get yourself established, and then start working hard to accumulate more Bitcoin over time. But you get started somewhere, man. That's why I say everyone should get like $5. $5 of Bitcoin, man. Pretty much any adult can get $5 of Bitcoin, or 10. I think you gotta get $10. If you want to buy Bitcoin off of Coinbase, you got to spend at least $10. Yeah, $10 of Bitcoin, and then you build on it. Get a second job, start selling shit. You get it, like you start building it up, but getting familiar with the technology, seeing how it works, and most people haven't, and they're far behind. And it's knowledge, man, knowledge. So like, don't just like, oh, I'm gonna invest. No. Learn about the technology. Please learn how to fucking transact in it, because if you transact wrong, you could lose everything. Every time in the past, if I make a large lump sum transaction where I send something from one wallet to the next, a big chunk, I make sure I do a test run. So I send a test, like just a tiny bit, a fraction of whatever crypto I'm sending, just to make sure. I just want to make sure it gets to the destination before I send everything, because I don't want to lose everything. It's like, it's just kind of common sense. I just want to make sure, copy and paste works very fun. It hasn't like steered me wrong. It's 100% out of 100% so far. But all it takes is that one time for something to like malfunction, and I put the wrong address in there, and then I lose everything, and I had a big transaction. It's stupid. So you need to pay attention, and there's a lot of responsibility, because you basically are becoming your own bank. So you definitely need a digital hard wallet. You definitely don't keep your stuff on an exchange. It's vulnerable. You buy crypto, get it off the exchange, and go to a digital wallet, even if it's a Coinbase, Exodus, whatever, man. Like, do your research on the digital wallets. You can put it on a cold wallet, cold storage with the ledger, which it's not foolproof. Like people, oh, I like the ledger. Like, yes, the ledgers are cool, but what happens if it gets destroyed, man? I mean, I haven't put anything on. I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to it, so like I'm not too sure. Which is pretty stupid, honestly, for me not to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I better get educated before I do it. But, somebody can come in and they can take it, It can be destroyed. So, just get educated in it. At least, like, get some knowledge. Watch some videos. YouTube is your friend. And then watch multiple videos. Don't just watch one, because someone might lie. And if they're both saying the same type of thing, then like, yeah, it's like anything else, man. Like how many things that I've like learned on my own through YouTube, instead of having to like ask somebody to help me or whatever. I just like look it up, like, how do I do this? And I figure it out on my own. Unless it's something extremely technical. But if it's something, you know, like, look up, man. It's not really that complex when people start like getting a feel for how to transact with crypto. You get more confident. It's just like getting a feel for it. That's why I say get a feel for it. Start somewhere. No, if you don't want to start anywhere and you want to be like a boomer, you're going to be left behind. That's it for the video.